Hello, everybody. We are talking about the lunar eclipse in Virgo on 25th of March. This is a Ketu eclipse. It's visible in a large part of the world, USA, Europe, China, Japan, Australia. So it's quite important. And the lunar eclipses are very emotional, and they also tend to give instant results. So there's something they change instantly. So let us explore. Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton, and we are talking lunar eclipse of Virgo. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification, and like this video too. So we are talking about the lunar eclipse of 25th of March. It is in Virgo. It is 11 degrees of Virgo, and it is in visible, sort of like here in California, it will start being visible after 9 p.m. On 24th. But most of the rest of the world, it will be 25th. It's at its maximum at midnight California time, but 7:15 a.m. UTC. UTC is Universal Time. Coordinates, and so basically it's visible here, all of the America, Canada, South America, and it is going to be visible in Europe. It's going to be visible in east of Asia and Japan, parts of Australia. So it's got a huge reach. You see, the lunar eclipses, unlike solar eclipses, they have a long period. So there's like almost a 4-hour length of the eclipse. And so it is because, it starts and it's visible in the sky. And this is a penumbral eclipse. Now, penumbral eclipse is slightly different. Its a shadow is very soft on the moon. So sometimes you feel, oh, that's not an eclipse, but it is. And generally, eclipses take place when there is a full moon near about 18 degrees from Rahu. Full moon at 11 degrees of Virgo, and Rahu is 18 degrees. So this within that angle between Rahu, and therefore the shadow of the earth will fall on the moon, and the eclipse takes place. Now, generally, it is regarded that if the lunar eclipse takes place before the solar eclipse, it's more complicated. Now, why? Because, lunar eclipse heightens the emotions, and then the eclipse season is, according to me, that 15 days between one eclipse and the other. And then the solar eclipse comes and we are already in a heightened emotional mode, and then the solar eclipse happens. And as I told you, that there is a lot of volatility around at this time, a number of conjunctions, gandanta, retrograde, everything happening. So we have to be really mindful of it. And the degree of the eclipse at 11 degrees of Virgo, this is in Hasta Nakshatra and first pada. First pada of Hasta actually falls in Aries, and the sign is Virgo. So from Virgo, Aries is the 8th sign. So 8th sign is called ashtamamsha. That means in the Nafamsha, moon will be in the 8th sign from the Rashi position. This is not a very comfortable position for the moon to be in. So the eclipse itself is unsettled. it's like a double unsettled. Already we have a lunar eclipse, and it's a double unsettled energy. And therefore, people who react or feel the energy of the eclipse can doubly feel it. And mostly the eclipse for most of us is at night, so we are not directly kind of connecting with it. Many of us will be sleeping during this time. But what is important to remember is that this is an eclipse in Virgo, and its ruler, Mercury, is also gandanta. I made a video about Mercury. I'll put a link here. And it is also ashtamamsha. That means from Virgo Rashi, it goes into Aries Nafamsha. So it's all very unsettled. So personally, what I've noticed is that the day of the eclipse, lunar eclipse, whether it's visible or not, we feel some strange energy, and the mood goes up and down, and emotionally it can be challenging. So keeping the lunar eclipse, so that means for everybody 24th, because that's the starting of the eclipse. The eclipse happens at night, 24th, 25th, and then, keeping that day simple and not exposing yourself to unnecessary stress or aggravation. And then as the eclipse ends, which will be sort of on 25th, around the whole eclipse energy by 25th morning, then you'll automatically feel a lot better. Of course, the lord of the eclipse in Virgo is also gandanta, opposite to it. So, there's a possibility that all of us can feel unsettled. I like to have a nice day at home, not doing anything overly aggressive on that day or going out. Of course, if you have to work or do things, then you have to do that. But even then, keep to yourself, do your things, what you have to do. And if you can have work, remote work, then that is okay as well. But be mindful of your emotions. And, that is, I would say, the main thing. Now, the eclipses impact in two other ways as well. They will impact the area where the eclipse is taking place in your chart. And then you will see the world situation. Sometimes there can be some scandal or some unnecessary information coming out during eclipse day, or some reaction to people. So you can watch the world news around that time. It would be mostly 24th, 25th that this energy is there. Generally, eclipses are about transformation and change. And on the day itself, not necessarily anything happens, because the lunar eclipse has an instant result. It doesn't wait long to give you result, unlike a solar eclipse. So then, we have to be conscious of that. And I will be doing how it affects each of the signs, so you can see what it affects you. But there are two eclipses. So, because the lunar eclipse is over, then the solar eclipse on the 8th, and I've made endless videos on this of how unsettled the energy is. So you have a responsibility also that the post-eclipse time, you are just keeping a balanced attitude and trying to not upset your energy or upset your life. That is what is very important to consider here. So how does it affect you? We are looking at your moon sign and your ascendant. Aries, the eclipse is in the 6th house. 6th house is the house of opposition, enemy. You may suddenly find somebody is being unnecessarily competitive with you. You may be privy to some information that you didn't know before about how other people are acting. And what is important for you is not to react at this station, and then wait till everything is revealed to you and then decide how you're going to act on it. Also remember that Mars, Saturn are together, so you are not in the best situation just now to react. So be patient and then decide what you're going to do. Taurus, the eclipses in your fifth house. Fifth house is to do with children, to do with creativity. There may be some changes as where the children are studying or what they're doing, or if they're older children in their lives. It may not be anything dramatic, but you just need to be conscious about how you're looking after them, caring for them. And if they feel unsettled, then you are there to support them. Also, fifth house is house of ideas, higher mind, and eclipses can churn up the ocean, your ideas, and it can bring some good ideas, but you have to think, I'm going to process them at a later date. Gemini, the Virgo eclipse is in your fourth house of home, happiness. It can make you travel. It can give unexpected change at home. So in the relationship with your mother as well. The thing about the eclipse is that, you don't know exactly how it's going to manifest. And lunar eclipse doesn't wait very long. Whatever small change or big change, you will know at that time. The main thing is how we are going to react to it. And because your Lagna Lord at the time of the eclipse is Gandanta, you are being very cautious about it. Answer, the lunar eclipse impacts you quite a lot because your Lagna Lord, Moon Lord is eclipse. So you feel very strange during this time, and you should monitor how you feel emotionally, and you may feel that you're being hidden away and your issues are not being addressed, and also can feel very sensitive and emotional. So number of things to watch out for. And eclipses happen twice a year, lunar eclipses. So it's energy that we have to learn how to cope with. And for you, as far as house is concerned, it's the third house of self-effort. So I don't have to remind you that the 25th of March and 24th as well, not days for you to make decisions and to just wait it out and see what next is happening. Leo, Virgo is your second house to do with finances, money, and you can feel quite unsettled about your financial situation and savings, and there may be an anxiety that your savings are being depleted or not doing well. So it is a good idea to certainly not make any decision financially around that time. And any type of eclipse, one has to think, what is the reality? What is the truth? It may be that you're just being anxious for no reason. And then once this eclipse, 14 days of eclipse season is over, then you make a decision. Virgo, eclipses in your Lagna. And at present, the eclipses, lunar eclipses in your ascendant moon sign, and then in October, the solar eclipse will be there. That means that as a Virgo ascendant, you are going through some changes. And, change can be change of thinking, change of ideas. And you may not be 100% sure what change is happening. And again, I would say that wait it out before deciding. Also, on the eclipse day, Mercury is Gandanta, your ruling planet, and then the eclipse is happening. So it is a very unsettled day or two for you, and it is important to keep that in mind. Libra, the eclipse is taking place in your 12th house, and 12th house is the house of expenses, and it can suddenly, some big expense can come across, or you can feel, I'm doing effort and not getting rewarded for it. Best thing to be spiritual on the day and not to be making any big decisions, and especially not decisions about spending, because if you start any project or any money spending project on the eclipse day, it will be endless and carry on. And you won't have a way to finish, the expenses can be too much. Scorpio, eclipse is in the 11th house. 11th house is generally a good house. It's house of earnings, and but Mercury, the Lord, is and gandanta, and also you have the eclipse in ashtamamsha. So it's good just not to think this is the time to ask for more money or to feel that I'm not being compensated enough. So just to keep in mind that these are unsettled energies, so the results don't always come according to what we want. Sagittarius eclipses in the 10th house. Now the eclipses for Sagittarius, 10th house, and the solar eclipses, 4th house. So this eclipse may bring some change of career for you or opportunity. Sometimes it's not a negative change. It could just be that within your job there are some changes. But during the time of the eclipse, we feel very unsettled about it. So, be aware of it. Capricorn, the eclipse in Virgo is in your 9th house. 9th house is the house of the guru, the advisor. So certainly around the eclipse time, it's not a good idea to take advice or follow anybody's knowledge. And if you need advice, then wait it out, take afterwards, or also take a second opinion. But you can be confused of what path to follow and what to listen. And your own kind of that intuitive ability to listen to the right advice is not at the best. So if you are conscious of that, makes a lot of difference. Aquarius, this eclipse is in the 8th house. So not a very good eclipse area. 8th house is secret area. It is also an area of nija dosha, that we can, some old issues that we created for ourselves can come back. And when the eclipse is happening, there can be some sudden unexpected energy. Now, what is important to remember is that it's not always that something happens, but the fact is this, that if something happens and there is some unexpected development in your life, then you think, okay, what will I do with it and how am I going to react to it? And unexpected doesn't mean bad. It just means unexpected. And we get sometimes stressed out about it. Pisces, you are also in the Virgo eclipse 7th house of relationship, partnerships. Now, Pisces, Virgo are in the eclipse zone, the solar eclipses in Pisces. So there are some changes taking place for you, and be conscious of it. And these changes are not necessarily negative, but they can be life-changing. The lunar eclipse in the 7th house is more connected to partners and spouses, and they may be going through some change as well. But because the solar eclipse is in Pisces, it's about yourself. That means both the stories are connected. So thank you very much. That is it for today. I think what is important to remember is that everything at present doesn't seem easy. However, sometimes during these changes, some positive change also comes. And for all of us, this is not just one sign, all of us, we just being mindful of negativity, and if something super positive also comes, we should be mindful of it, and we should think, okay, this happened at an eclipse time, I should explore it, not reject it, but explore it and see what happens. So thank you very much. Do remember to like this video as well as subscribe.